There's been a fresh wave of attacks on Israel in the past few hours. Rockets launched by Hezbollah from Lebanon targeted the north of the country. Most were intercepted or landed in open areas, according to the Israeli military. The military says it also detected missiles fired from Iran, and footage shared online showed what appeared to be cluster bombs streaking through the night sky. Well, Rob McBride joins us from the Jordanian capital, Amman. And if we can start with central Israel, Rob, what exactly has been happening there, especially with these cluster bombs?
Yeah, there was something of a lull in missile activity in the skies over Israel late Friday through now into the early hours of Saturday morning here. But there was a missile strike on Friday evening. That was in northern Israel. It was intercepted. And according to the authorities, that was the fifth salvo aimed at Israel during Friday. But then in the early hours of Saturday morning, just a few hours ago here, we had three salvos of missiles detected being fired from Iran pretty much simultaneously. Alerts were issued in a rolling kind of alarm from south to north through Israel, from the Negev through south central Israel, around the Dead Sea, and then the more densely populated central part of Israel around Tel Aviv and adjoining towns and cities. And then we started to hear about various impacts and missile strikes. There was a strike in Beersheba down in the south. That's in an industrial area. It started a fire, and then at least one of the missiles fired into the central area of Israel was again one of these cluster warheads that fragments and spreads explosive elements over a wide area. So we had again destruction, a fair amount of damage being spread over a broad swathe of central Israel, around Tel Aviv, Petah Tikva, also Givatayim, and with a fair amount of damage being reported to homes, at least one building destroyed, as well as cars and other property. Tom.
Rob, the north has also been a target, not just for Iran, but mainly for Hezbollah. What's been reported there in the last several hours?
Yeah, I mean, late on Friday night, there was news of a salvo of rockets being fired from South Lebanon to the very important northern port city of Haifa. The authorities say that most of those were intercepted. Others fell into open areas harmlessly. But then when these missiles were fired from Iran, as often is the case, the Hezbollah in South Lebanon coordinated their salvos of rockets being fired into northern Israel. And there were multiple salvos being fired, alerts being given in cities and towns and communities all along the northern Israeli border with Lebanon. The Israeli military also claim that one rocket fired by Hezbollah hit a UN outpost, injuring 3 UN soldiers. Meanwhile, it was announced on Friday that given all of these extra commitments that Israel's military has, especially with its build-up of its activities in South Lebanon, it has to find ways of boosting troop numbers. There's been warnings from the military generals that they're going to run short of troops. And so it's been announced that the reservists who get called up regularly for duty, their terms of service are now being changed. So instead of serving for 6 weeks, they now have to serve for 9. Tom?
OK, thanks so much for all of that, Rob. Rob McBride for us in Amman.